Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking through a couple player props I like on Prizepicks for today's NBA slate on Wednesday, January the 31st. We've got 10 games tonight, so a big Wednesday slate, guys. Wanted to give you some early props I did like for tonight's slate, taking a first look at the board on Tuesday night. At the time of making this video, I did find 3 early props that I liked for Wednesday slate, so we're going to talk through each one of these 3 plays and share why I like them. Before we do get started though, as always, if you guys do enjoy these Prizepicks videos, if they do help you out, make sure you hit that like button down below. I always appreciate the likes, guys. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And if you are new to Prizepicks and if you don't have an account over on Prizepicks, you can sign up linked down below in the description, or just use that promo code NOAH when you sign up for Prizepicks and you'll get your first deposit matched up to $100. Also, do want to shout out Sleeper because we have a partnership with Sleeper as well. If you guys don't have an account over on Sleeper, you can sign up for Sleeper, make a deposit, and use promo code NOAH over there. You'll get your first deposit matched up to $500. Now, if you don't know what Sleeper is, they are an app similar to Prizepicks. They're similar to a lot of the DFS pick'em apps you see around the industry. You know, you're taking over or under on player projections. You can build up to an 8-pick entry on Sleeper. You can win up to 100x your money. Sleeper does offer a lot of the major sports like NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB, college football, college basketball. Like, that's all available on Sleeper. So a lot of sports, a lot of ways you can build out entries. You are able to mix and match sports on Sleeper, so you can build like multi-sport entries. If you guys want to check them out, again, sign up. Use that promo code NOAH over on Sleeper, and you'll get your first deposit matched up to $500. But we've got 3 props to talk about for Wednesday's slate. I do want to recap the 2 plays we gave out in Tuesday's video before we talk through today's plays. So Tuesday was a really, really good day, man. Finally, we needed it badly. But we finally got a win Tuesday. The 2 picks I gave out in the YouTube video Tuesday both hit. John Collins over 24 fantasy score. It was not looking good for John Collins, at least, you know, in terms of like the game, because the game was looking like a blowout. We needed 6 fantasy points from John Collins going into the fourth quarter, and the Jazz were down by like 30 heading into the fourth quarter. And I think they pulled within like 20 with like 5 minutes left. And now, surprisingly, I can't believe it happened, but surprisingly, they subbed John Collins back into the game down 20 with like 5 minutes left. He played out the final 5 minutes and he put up like, I want to say 8 fantasy points in those 5 minutes and wound up going over his fantasy score. I thought we were going to lose that pick because of a blowout, but thankfully John Collins subbed back in, went over his fantasy score. And then we took the under on Draymond Green PRA, 25.5. I think Draymond finished with 21 PRA. I know his line did get bumped down. I think it bumped down all the way to 24.5. But even if you took the under on his line after it got bumped down, you still cashed, luckily. So glad that play hit as well. That one was looking a little sweaty. It got off to a good start because Draymond, he picked up 2 fouls in like the first minute of the game and had to sub out. So, I was feeling really good about that Draymond under after he picked up 2 quick fouls. And then he starts the second quarter and just goes nuts. I think he had like 10 PRA in 6 minutes to start the second quarter. But he wound up having like a pretty mediocre second half and did go under his PRA. So the 2 plays we gave out on YouTube both hit. Hopefully you guys tailed. Also gave out 4 picks over on Patreon. Paired those with the taco for Taco Tuesday, and we cashed out. Hit a 10x entry. Hit a little 5-pick flex entry over on the Patreon. Got a 10x payout for that. So that was good to have as well, especially with how the plays have been doing lately. Finally feels good to get a good day in the Prizepick streets. But we've got to move on to Wednesday's slate and talk through some more plays for today, and hopefully we can keep this momentum going into Wednesday's slate. So let's talk through the 3 picks I like for today. First play we're going to take a look at that I like is going to be a points prop, and we're going to look at James Harden, 17.5 points. I like the over on 17.5 points for James Harden today, and let's kind of talk through why I like this play. So first off, if you take a look at DK Sportsbook right now, Harden, he is relatively, he is heavily favored to go over this points prop, minus 130 right now on DK Sportsbook. Harden is favored to go over 17.5 points. Harden, he has gone under the last 2 games, but man, you have to look more into it. This game against Boston was a really, really tough matchup. I mean, the Celtics are one of the best defensive teams in the league. They're one of the best teams overall. Harden only had 9 points in that game. He shot 2 for 11. Also, that game was a blowout, and Harden only played 27 minutes. Last game was a very tough matchup against Cleveland. Cleveland's a really tough defense, especially against like pick and roll, which is what Harden kind of thrives in. And he really struggled against Cleveland. Played 39 minutes, only had 11 points, shot 3 for 8 from the field. But he had a good game against Toronto, 22 points. Had a good game against the Lakers, 23 points. Had a good game against Brooklyn, 24 points. This feels like a nice bounce back spot for James Harden going up against the Wizards. This is one of the best possible matchups you can get. The Wizards this season have been terrible defensively. They can't stop anyone. I'm pretty sure they have the worst defensive rating in the league. Third worst defensive rating in the league, the Wizards do. And they're playing at the fastest pace in the league. So this is a big time like pace up spot for the Clippers. We know James Harden typically thrives in faster paced games. I like this spot a lot for Harden. I think it's a great matchup for him. The usage for James Harden obviously is not going to be what it was, back in his prime. Like obviously he's not going to be a player that takes 25, 30 shots a game playing with Kawhi Leonard, with Paul George, but he's still been averaging, double-digit shot attempts per game, with the Clippers. The usage has been solid lately. Like he's had a 20% usage rate with the Clippers this season, which obviously is not near what he had, in previous seasons, but it's still solid, and the matchup is what we're really buying into here. I like this matchup a lot for Harden. Sportsbook odds are favoring the over on this points prop. I know there might be some blowout risk in this game. Like right now, the spread in this game is 12.5. But with how the Clippers run their rotation, typically James Harden will sub out first to start the third quarter. So like he'll obviously start in the third quarter. He typically plays about half of the third quarter. He'll sub out, and then he will start the fourth quarter. So I think as long as it's like a 20, 25-point game heading into the fourth quarter, James Harden will be out there to start the fourth quarter. So I'm not too worried about him losing minutes for blowout. If it is a blowout, maybe he doesn't play like the final 3-4 minutes, but he's going to be out there to start the fourth quarter unless it's like a crazy, crazy blowout. But if that's the case, if the Clippers are up by like 40 and the Clippers are putting up like a gazillion points, there's a good chance Harden's already gone over his points prop. This is definitely a spot where the Clippers should have a lot of ease putting up points against this terrible Wizards defense. Plus, as of late, we have seen Paul George play limited minutes. In the books, it looks like they're going to continue to project Paul George for limited minutes. He only has a PRA line of 27.5, which is very low for a matchup with the Wizards. But that's just because his minutes have been pretty limited lately. I mean, last few games he's only been playing about 30 minutes. And if Paul George is playing limited minutes and James Harden's going to play more minutes without Paul George on the court, obviously that's even better for him. So a lot of boxes are checked here for James Harden. Like this play a lot. More than 17.5 points. Next play we're going to take a look at. We're going to go to a rebounds prop. We're going to go back to a prop that we took a couple days ago. It didn't hit for us, but I like going back to it today. Victor Wembanyama, more than 9.5 rebounds. Let's talk through why I like this play. So Wemby, he has gone over this prop in 4 straight games. He's had at least 10 rebounds in 4 straight games. The minutes are really starting to trend up for Wemby. He's not on a minutes restriction anymore. He's played over 30 minutes now in back-to-back games. He played 31 minutes last game against the Wizards, which was the most he had played since December 17th against the Pelicans. So we're finally seeing Wemby get back to playing 30-plus minutes. And if you look at games this season when he's played 30-plus minutes, pretty sure he's gone over this prop in a lot of those games. I'm going to look it up real quick. So this season, Wemby has played 30-plus minutes in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So 17 games this season, Wemby has played 30-plus minutes. He's had at least 9 rebounds in every single one of those games, and he's had at least 10 rebounds in all but 5 games. So there's been 5 games where he's had exactly 9 rebounds, but he's had 10 rebounds in 12 out of 17 games this season playing at least 30 minutes. Now, I think this line at 9.5 is a little bit lower because the matchup against the Magic is not great. The Magic have been very good defensively this season. They're a pretty good rebounding team. But man, Wemby is a really good rebounder. He's leading the team in rebound chances per game this season, averaging over 15 rebound chances per game. And I want to say his rebound chances have been up lately since he's been playing more minutes. He's also been playing pretty much all of his minutes at center. At the beginning of the season, Wemby was actually playing the 4. They were starting Jack Collins at center. Well, now Wemby is starting at the 5, and he's playing pretty much all of his minutes at center. And if he's playing all of his minutes at center, that's going to be even better for his rebounding numbers. So I like this play. I like going back to this one. Victor Wembanyama, more than 9.5 rebounds. Right now with DK Sportsbook, they do have this prop heavily favored to go over. Minus 145 favoring the over on 9.5 rebounds for Wemby. So that's the second play I like for tonight. And then third and final play that I like is going to be an assist prop. And we're going to take a look at Franz Wagner, 3.5 assists. Also like the over here for Wagner. So let's talk about this play and why I like this one. This is another prop that the sportsbooks are pretty heavily favoring to go over. DK Sportsbook has this over minus 130, favored to go over. And if we look at Franz Wagner this season in terms of what he's doing assist-wise, so this season he's been averaging about 4 assists per game. He's second on the team in potential assists, averaging 7.4 potential assists per game. And over their last 5 games, since he's returned from injury, the potential assists have been up. Over their last 5 games, Franz Wagner has averaged 8.8 potential assists per game. So he's been assisting pretty well lately. As you can see, he has gone over this line in 4 out of his last 5. And when Franz Wagner returned from injury, he was playing somewhat limited minutes. So if you look at the game against Miami where he did have 5 assists, he did play somewhat limited minutes in that game. I mean, he played 28 minutes, and that was in a relatively competitive game. Then the game against Cleveland was a massive blowout. Cleveland won that game by like 27 points. Wagner only played 24.5 minutes in that game against Cleveland. But then against Memphis, he got back up to 38 minutes. Against Phoenix, he played 31 minutes. And then last game against Dallas, he played 32 minutes. And if we're going to get 30-plus minutes from Franz Wagner, I like our chances of getting 4 assists. Franz Wagner, he can facilitate, he can handle the ball. And the Magic, with how they run their rotations, they will stagger Franz Wagner with the second unit. So kind of similar to how we talked about with James Harden. James Harden typically, subs out early to start the first quarter. In the first quarter he'll start, and then he'll start the second quarter and play with the second unit. That's the same thing for Franz Wagner. Franz Wagner, he'll obviously start the game. He'll play about half of the first quarter. He'll sub out, and then he will start the second quarter and he'll play with the second unit. So when Franz Wagner's playing with the second unit, his assist numbers are going to be really good because he's going to be able to handle the ball a lot, playing with a lot of lower usage guys. And the assist opportunities have been there lately, averaging nearly 9 potential assists over their last 5 games. The matchup is also great against San Antonio. San Antonio this season, defensively, they've not been a very good defensive team. They rank 25th in defensive rating, so they have the 6th worst defensive rating this season. And the Spurs also play really fast. They are top 5 in pace this season. This is a big-time pace-up spot for the Magic, who play at a pretty slow pace. The Magic are 22nd in pace this season, so big-time pace-up spot for them. Obviously, love the matchup for Wagner facing a team that struggles defensively, that plays really fast. This is a spot where there should be plenty of assist opportunities for Franz Wagner, and as of late, the assist opportunities have really been there, again, averaging nearly 9 potential assists over his last 5 games. If you're going to give me 8, 9 potential assists for Franz Wagner in this game, I like my chances of getting at least 4 assists. So that is the third and final play that I do like for tonight, guys, is Franz Wagner more than 3.5 assists. And these are 3 props I like for Wednesday slate. Some early picks I'm liking, taking a first look at the board on Tuesday night. As always, though, guys, I will be providing more Prizepicks plays for today. I do provide those over on Patreon. If you're interested in checking out the Patreon, as always, that is linked down below in the description. Only $20 per month. It's very affordable. You can cancel at any time, so if you're not happy with the product, you feel free to hit me up. Sometimes I'll even give guys refunds if they're not happy with the product. I'm trying to put out the best information, the best analysis that I can. I know that we're not going to win every day, but I always feel like I'm doing the research and I'm giving good analysis behind each prop. And at the end of the day, we just hope the results are positive. And obviously last night they were positive on Tuesday, so let's try and get some positive results again here on Wednesday. But as always, guys, appreciate you watching these videos. Hit that like button if you enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. If you guys, again, are new to Prizepicks, if you don't have an account over on Prizepicks, sign up, linked down below in the description, or just use that promo code NOAH when you sign up for Prizepicks and get your first deposit matched up to $100. But good luck tonight, guys. Thanks for watching the video. As always, best of luck on this slate. Appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.